That's enough, Consuela. That's enough, Consuela.
Consuela, muchos, vámonos! You said we needed help. Hey everyone, this is the PDP podcast for PrescribedDosageEntertainment.com. I'm, as always, Squidface, and my accomplice in crime is...
Boulder the Magnificent.
We don't let him do the intros for some reason. we just let me do that. So if you are listening over at our website at PrescribedDosageEntertainment.com, I welcome you. If you are listening on anything else, please visit us at our site. We'd greatly appreciate it.
Give us traffic, please.
Give us traffic. We appreciate it very greatly. It is the week of February 26th right now. We have a lot to talk about. A lot coming out this week. Lots of expansions leaked and everything. So let's hit it off. What do you want to talk about first?
Well, one thing I want to talk about is the Wildlands beta. Beta. Fuck you.
All right.
We're not even a minute in and I already called you or said a fuck you.
Oh, you said many more before we even started, so
yeah.
I wouldn't even start the day.
So, we finally linked up on, like when we were playing games.
Yep.
Able to actually sit down and play a game together.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, I was banned for 9,999 years from Minecraft.
From Minecraft. We joined a public server to just do like a parkour game or a survival game, and someone didn't like his name, which is WTF Man, and they kicked him from the server and banned him.
First, they just kicked me, which I didn't know what the fuck happened. I thought it was just like a server crash or something, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll just rejoin no matter what. So I rejoined, played for 2 seconds, and then I was banned for almost 10,000 years.
That's awesome. That's something to brag about.
I will fucking wait. I will just wait to spite them. 10,000 years goes by, I'm gonna be there.
Okay.
Bitch, I outlived you!
I think Minecraft would be virtual reality at that point.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea.
Either that or, well, I'm sure it's been done, like a Lego game. No, can you imagine, like, in the future, like, fantasy, what's it, fucking...
What the fucking?
What's that anime called? Sword Art Online. Where you like sit down in your bed, put on the thing, and it's like in the world, right?
I wasn't a very big fan of that anime. I liked the abridged series way better.
Was it better?
Have you seen the abridged series?
No.
Okay, after this podcast, we're going to sit down and watch the abridged series.
Oh,
For
great.
those of you who know what I'm talking about, Something Winnie Entertainment is the best fucking thing ever.
Oh, God. I'm looking forward to this already.
You will laugh your ass off. It's my humor.
Then I will not laugh.
Fuck you.
It will not be funny. But no, you never actually played Wildlands, though, did you?
No, I didn't get a chance. Because after... What games did we play before Wildlands? Minecraft. We tried a couple servers.
Oh, we played some Heroes of the Storm, too.
Oh, Heroes of the Storm. That was... We played a game? 2 games?
2 games.
And by that time, it was... What time in the morning? This is an interrogation, by the way.
2 or something like that?
So I was fucking tired.
Yeah.
So then, as soon as I was... he wanted to play Wildlands, and it was the beta, so I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. So I spent probably half an hour trying to download it because it fucking was stuck on please wait for half an hour.
Yeah, well, you have to link all your accounts, and then you have to link to your Ubisoft or your Uplay account to your Xbox account.
I didn't have that.
Yeah, it's stupid.
So when I tried to get one, it was just like, please wait. Half an hour later, what the fuck?
Please wait, please wait.
Yeah, it was not fun.
That's fine. I got to play it.
How is it?
On both Xbox and PC. It's good.
Fuck you.
Well, we collected everything because there's like collectibles you could still get. So just rolling around collecting collectibles because you can like get helicopters everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, oh, there's a base with like 12 dudes in it, and then all of a sudden one of your teammates shoots them, and it's like, well, everyone knows where we are now. You need to kill them all, take the helicopter, fly it around. Helicopter control in that game, not the best. Because you can, like, shoot and everything, but it's like, oh, Jesus, oh, we're going down, oh my God. And it feels like you're going to crash a lot more than you are.
So what I'm hearing is that when we finally have, like, 4 of us to play co-op on that, you're going to be the pilot?
Fuck that.
Too bad, you're the pilot.
I was the pilot one time, and we were trying to catch a convoy, because there's these little convoys you can collect for more supplies for the rebels, right? Mm-hmm. And you go and do it, but you have to, if you blow up the truck, you only get half the supplies, or if you don't blow up the truck, you get all 5,000 of the supplies. So you try your best, and I'm shooting at it, and it's like so low, and I'm like, oh God, I gotta stop. So I like put the helicopter down in front of the fucking thing. And we didn't get back in the helicopter. Let's just say that. I remember one time, because it's a not pause game, right? Because you're playing with 4 other people. It's like the Division, right? Mm-hmm. Where if you pause it, you're still in the game, and you can still get shot. So me and one of my teammates are in the helicopter for the guy piloting it, and he's a go kind of guy, like doesn't stop, doesn't think, just goes and shoots and stuff. Mm-hmm. So we're sitting there doing our skill points, looking at what we can buy. Ooh, that's cool. It's like, click your select button, look, and our helicopter sliding down a hill towards water. Turns out he had landed it, air quotes, jumped out and was going towards the next objective, which was very short distance away. And we were sliding down the hill in the helicopter towards the water.
So is this with random people or with your buddies?
These are with my buddies.
Oh. So one of your buddies is a dick.
Yes, he is. I don't know the
What's
guy.
his name?
He's a buddy of another guy, renowned. Don't worry about him.
His mother must hate him for giving him that name.
That's not his real name. I don't know his real name. Corey? Travis? Barker?
We shall go with Corey. His name is Corey.
His name's Corey. Okay. Sure, his name's Corey. Regardless, I jumped out, and of course my other friends, I'm just like, you might want to jump out of the helicopter. He's like, what? Why? He unclicks. He's like, what the fuck? So he jumped out, and then of course it slides into the water, and it's kind of funny. Oh, moments from Wildlands. I should have actually recorded most of it, but that was on the Xbox one. Was when that happened. So I only had 2 people on the PC. Scrubs.
Well, hopefully, eventually we'll have a few gameplay videos of that.
Oh yeah.
Of him and his awesome helicopter flying.
It's not
I
bad.
almost said driving.
Driving the helicopter. Yeah. Typical. No, it's the...
I really want to just go down a highway in a helicopter now. Just for the what the fuck factor.
Put wheels on it. The blade's still going, just cutting people. No, I think it leaves much to be desired. They have guns on them, but for whatever reason they don't... Oh my. There's like, I didn't know if there was something I wasn't doing right, but it didn't seem like there was a lock on or anything. So you're basically just like, and just shooting everywhere, missiles everywhere, and you're just like, the helicopter's there, and it's a very small target, but I'm not hitting it. Let's just say that.
So you have shitty aim, is from what I hear.
It's not easy to aim, I'll tell you that right now. No, Wildlands was fun though. I would recommend getting it. It's pretty fun. I'd say if you're a big fan of open world shooter games, definitely, like Far Cry's and stuff like that, I definitely get it.
I've heard it's between, like, with the open world aspect, it's between Skyrim and Far Cry. There's no magic or anything, but just like the open world and the depth to it is along those lines.
I could see that. It's I'm trying to think of something that's more pertaining to for like the driving aspect. You get around the map very quickly.
How big is it?
Well, to be fair, the map we had in beta only had 2 provinces, and one was the starting province, which was very, very tiny, and then the bigger province, which apparently is one of the harder provinces. It didn't seem that hard. We were on advanced. We weren't on the hardest difficulty, to be fair, but it wasn't too bad. But still, helicopter, you can get around the map pretty fucking quickly. And there's helicopters everywhere, as far as I'm aware. This is all beta, right? So things could change. They can make it harder, stuff like that.
Wildlands is one of the games I'm actually most looking forward to.
Yeah.
Because it has everything that I like. Like, it has the open world aspect, it has the driving aspect, the huge ass map, and the quests shit like that.
Yes, the huge ass map.
Just like your mom. Anyway.
My favorite aspect of the game.
Fuck you. Anyway, what are you writing? I don't trust you. What are you writing?
I'm writing things on a paper. He's getting nervous.
I know. Anyway, I really can't wait to play it.
Train of thought left the station.
I was like, we have been split on a decision. Like, we want a static game for us to play like solidly, like once a week. We all get together for a few hours.
Of course.
And play. My suggestion was Wildlands because, as far as I know, it's a pretty decent game. You can do whatever the fuck you want in it.
To an extent.
Yeah, but
like,
we.
In my opinion, this is why I vetoed against it, was because it doesn't seem very. It's not as open as you'd think. Do you still go from mission to side mission? You can fail a side mission and come back and do it later. That's the whole point. There's no real repercussions or something to strive for other than the end of the game or the collectibles. Whereas if you're playing like a survival horror game, you have things to strive for. Ooh, survive the night. Ooh, we have to make it to here to get this supply. Ooh, let's make this because we don't have this yet. Ooh, let's build defenses. At least there's things to strive for. Wildlands is just like you get some of the best guns in the game immediately. Some people, like I kept getting guns. I never changed my guns. I just kept using the same guns because there wasn't really much of a benefit. I'm sure there was better guns, but it didn't really matter to me. I tried different snipers. Not the biggest fan of the sniping in that game either.
How come?
Well, it's not bad, and people do die really easy. But just the scoping system of the game, because it's third, right? So it's like it's a bit different. Not the biggest fan, but it's not bad.
So when you aim down sights, do you like go from third person to like first person?
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Yeah, and the scope, you can probably get better scopes, but you still get the outline around the scope of like what you can see, which is like fine because no one has their eye pressed right up against the scope, right? That's how bad things happen to your eye. But that's just, it's a game, right? You know, I don't know. It's still a good game. I'm still going to play the crap out of it.
Yes.
Get all the collectibles, move around.
The game that we did decide on for our like static game that we play together was 7 Days to Die.
Will be 7 Days to Die, yeah.
I think we should come out with like an actual like set objective. Like, what do we want to come out of that?
Of course. Almost every episode we should have something.
No, like an overarching like objective.
Survive.
Fuck you.
Survive. Don't die. Pretend it's actually us, so don't die at all.
So wait, you want to do this like first person?
Oh god.
You want to RP this shit?
No.
Yes, that is. Tune in for our new series, 7 Days to Die, where we roleplay us in an apocalypse. And 2 minutes into the video where I shoot him in the back because I don't trust fuckers.
And I'm just running around screaming for the rest of it.
Yeah. Well, you do that anyway. In any game.
True. Hey, here's the storm. I saved your ass.
Fuck off.
Well,
I had a shit ton of those damn stones, man.
Yeah. Long story. We didn't record it, so we won't go into too much detail, but he's terrible at video games.
Fuck off!
So, you want to segue into gaming. A couple of Battlefield 1 expansions were leaked. I don't know if they were leaked or they planned.
I'm pretty sure I saw multiple sites where it said leaked and then it was like released.
Yeah.
So I assume maybe it was leaked and then they just said fuck it and released it, like had in a public release.
Yeah. That's probably what actually happened, so.
Yeah. Well, it happens so fucking often now.
Yeah.
But they have the Gandalf expansion coming out first.
Are you talking about without They Shall Not Pass?
That's the Gandalf expansion.
That's awesome. They shall not pass.
Exactly. And I was when I first got Battlefield 1, I actually thought it was really fucking weird that they didn't actually add in the army that they're adding in the They Shall Not Pass expansion.
French?
Yeah, the French. Because they were... Are you sick?
Yeah. I'm sick. I woke up today with a plugged nose. Ostriven blowing. There's a lot of things going
And he
on.
has still said we record today.
Yeah, why not?
Get me sick, I'll murder you.
You'll be fine.
But yeah, they left out the French one from the initial release of Battlefield 1.
Yep.
Which, surprising as all hell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually curious to see in this game. Apparently, there's a trench map. I didn't get any details on it, but I hope.
I seen the overhead view of it. It looks pretty good.
Well, World War One was mainly fought in trenches, like hundreds.
Trenches are up close and personal. Yeah.
Yeah, and in like a few of the maps that was released, like when it came out, they are like small trench systems. But apparently, there's one that has like half the map is a trench system, and I can't wait for that. It's gonna be a shotgunner's paradise on that shit.
Oh yeah. Finally, a map for shotgun people.
Yeah, yeah. And then
It's Operation Locker all over again.
Oh, I hated that map.
Oh, Battlefield 4. I hate that map too.
They came out with a new elite class as well, the Trench Raider.
Yep.
Which apparently has a huge like club or like warhammer or whatever.
He just rolls around mowing people down. Yeah, he's like
beating the shit.
He's
out
like a horror movie. I watched that, and the new Behemoth too. Did you get that?
The Behemoth is the
large tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks fun.
I want to know if that was an actual thing.
Apparently.
Really?
Apparently.
How many did they make?
I don't know.
Because that...
I would assume one.
Yeah, just one.
Yeah.
And then they're coming out with a new game mode, which I am very happy to see. It's called Frontlines. It's very similar to how I play Airsoft, since I'm into like that kind of thing.
Yep.
What it is you get 2 spawn points at the very end of each map, and then you have like 2 closer spawn points, and then 1 in the middle. So everybody fights for the middle one. If one team captures it, that pushes the other team back to another spawn point. So the capturing team has to capture that team point.
Yep.
And then they have to take out telegraphs, which is really fucking awesome, because it's exactly the way that I play Airsoft.
I did see that one.
Instead of like a tug of war kind of game, it's like a push of war.
Yeah.
So you have to like push into the enemy, and then you can spawn where you capture.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. Do you have anything to add?
Well, the other map packs that are coming out, they did name them. So in the name of the Tsar, which of course will be Russia, and then Turning Tides and Apocalypse, which apparently are Belgium and Turkey. So not that plays into it much, but that's kind of cool to see. You know, different fronts on the World War One. So that's pretty cool.
Turning Tides is I think the Turkey one, because
Probably.
it's like coastal battles and shit. Apparently, it has the like a Gallipoli map, which was a huge offensive for the Australians and New Zealanders. And
Makes
then
sense.
Apocalypse, it doesn't say what maps are going to be coming out with them.
Yeah.
But it says like the script. What the hell is the quote? That the maps are going to be like hell.
Yeah.
And I assume that translates into the like biggest battles of World War One, which would be like Passchendaele, Verdun, and the Somme.
Yeah.
Which altogether that'll
That'll be pretty intense.
Yeah.
Be close to the end.
No,
I'm excited. I'm excited for the expansions. Do you have the premium?
I am lazy and was broke when I got it, so I will be probably picking up the premium now that I actually have a gaming podcast I have to do shit for.
Yeah. Forced to do things for.
Yeah.
Your heart is breaking.
Absolutely. You
No.
hear that? That's my heart breaking.
I have nothing to say to you.
Yeah, funny enough, I hate saying shit to you. And now I'm trapped in a fucking podcast room with you.
And now we're on the podcast. Other expansion news. My favorite game, Hearthstone, got its expansion.
How do you say that?
Hearthstone. Hearthstone.
Is it Hearth or Hearth?
Hearth. I don't care what other people say. It's Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
Hearth.
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 Hearth. People are gonna get real sick of us saying Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
It's Hearthstone.
I hate you. Anyway, continue.
It's like or manga all over again in it.
Isn't it?
In it. Oh, god damn it. I hate myself. I also can't spell expansion wrong, considering I spelled it wrong on here like 7 times. It was late. It's called Journey to Ungoro, which you'll be excited for because
I love Angora Crater.
Yeah.
Angora Crater shows our base in the Grand and...
words.
Fuck you! What was the other one?
Can't help you. All out of ideas. I'm blank. I am a canvas.
But mostly where, like, lush jungles and shit like that, those are my favorite World of Warcraft maps. Mm-hmm. Or regions, I mean.
It's got lush jungles, plant life, dinosaurs.
K-Mosh.
K-Mosh. It's exciting. So I'm looking forward to it. They've added a whole bunch of new stuff. So it's apparently going to come out in April. So very, very quickly. But like I explained, it's not a card set. It's a... what's the word they use for it? They have 2 words. 2 words. It's like we're playing charades now. 2 words.
2 words.
No.
Fuck you.
Hearthstone does this thing where one release they'll do a card set. So you have to buy packs to get these cards. And then the one after that, they'll have a... let's just call it an expansion for now. With a story. An overarching story where you have to defeat bosses and do these things. But you get... essentially, if you beat the campaign, you get every card. Then you get challenges you have to do and stuff like that to get the rest. I still haven't seen if it was actually like that, but based on the last one that came out... yeah. Based on the last one that came out, it was the Mean Streets Gadgetzan, which is just a card set. So this one should be an expansion where you have a story and you get every card regardless. And of course, if you pre-order those, you get... or if you pre-order anything, you get a special card back, and that's their way to get you to buy it, and it's awesome, and I bought it. So,
do you even play Hearthstone anymore?
Hearthstone? Yeah, of course.
Hearthstone?
Yeah.
I fucking hate you.
So I played last night. At the end of every month, there's a new season, right? So there's a new season now, being that we are recording this on March 1st. They've added some new mechanic. As usual, they always add a new mechanic. It's called Quest. So this is weird. So... as to before, they never had a card that is always in your hand, but it's been teased. So this one's called Quest Card. If it's in your deck, it's always in your starting hand. But you have to meet the quest, and once you meet the quest, you get a special card. So I think the quest that they had was like summon 7 Death Rattle minions, and then you get a 5 mana 8/8. I can't remember what she does. I'll have to look it up. But she gets
doing research for the podcast. Shame
not
on
doing
you.
Research, not
Shame
writing
on
down
you.
every individual stat. Oh, shame. But the whole point is, it's a very strong card for its mana set, and it's very, very, very good. So it's trying to build deck archetypes. So because Whispers of the Old Gods isn't out yet, or isn't out of rotation yet, I should say. I think a Death Rattle deck will be pretty strong in the future because they've also added a new tribe or a new set of cards, a new subtype of cards. So like humans, kobold, stuff like that. These are elementals, which technically are already in the game, but they're not technically classified as an elemental, which I'm assuming will come with a patch later on. They'll make some of the old ones actually elemental, but these ones... they have a Death Rattle where they come back stronger, but they come back in your hand after they die. So that's interesting because the more Death Rattle you play, obviously, that will help the quest. But on top of that, it always comes back in your hand stronger. So you got to weigh the benefits of killing that card as opposed. So I think Silence will make a comeback. Because Silence has kind of been on the out. They're trying to kind of get rid of it, it feels like. Because you know what Silence is, right? God, you need to play Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
Silence.
Hearth.
You can silence a minion and it stops, or every effect on it is gone. So even a Death Rattle effect, which is nice because it's a 2 mana 2/2, which is nothing special. But when it comes back, it becomes like a 4 mana 4/4 or something like that, and it gets stronger and stronger. So
He is very excited to be talking about this. This is actually kind of weird. He's so happy.
yeah, I love Hearthstone. Hearthstone's awesome.
It's like, come 2 mana, 2/2, 4 mana, 4/4. He's got this big ass grin on his face.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. There's a new keyword, adapt. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because they're plants and dinosaurs and stuff, there's like an adapt. So basically what you do is it's discover mechanics. So discover came out a long time ago. Where if you discover a card, it gives you 3 options, 3 random. And that's how failure happens.
Whoops.
We're leaving
You
this in.
hooked this. You hooked this on. This is your fault.
Let me just be as quiet as possible so we can all hear Boulder's failure.
Fuck off. Not my failure.
He may have knocked over his microphone. And he's somehow blaming it on me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Considering
You
he's-
set up the podcast wrong.
You've been bending it back and forth so much, I'm surprised it didn't fall off sooner.
Just like your mom. Anyway. Oh, he's writing something now.
I'm keeping track of how many of your mama jokes you make. Just so I don't know how many times to kick you in the ass later.
You know I do it out of love.
Anyway, discover
Back to Hearthstone.
Hearthstone for 5 more seconds. Discover is a mechanic where you play a discover card. It gives you 3 random options based on whatever it is. So discover a death rattle card, discover a spell, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically like that, except it's a buff. Yeah. So you'll play a card and it'll say adapt, and it'll give you one of I think I can't remember how many there was. Yeah, there's my research again. Like 16 options to buff your creature in some way. So like Crackling Shield, it gives you a Divine Shield. There's like Wind Fury, +3 attack, Taunt, all this stuff, right? But it'll give you 3 random ones. So it's kind of like, well, will they justify the mana cost of the card? They're not known for doing that very well, so we'll see. We're like, oh yeah, it's a 4 mana 3/3, but you get a 1 of 3 chance. Well, why don't I just play a better card than that?
Yeah.
Right? So that's always been the thing, is they add cards with these cool mechanics, and it's like, oh yeah, play this cool mechanic. It's completely random chances. Like, that's not how you win games. Luck plays into it, yeah, and random chance plays into it, of course, but it has to. But at the same time, you want to increase your chances of winning. So instead of having this random card that's a 4 mana 3/3, I could put in this 3 mana 3/3 that has Divine Shield or whatever. I could come up with some examples. I'm not going to, because that would take too long. I don't want to do that. They just got to benefit the cost, right? So we'll see. I think the deck will have its light, so whatever. Go on. I'm done my rant on Hearthstone.
Are you sure?
Yes, on Hearthstone.
I'm going to murder you. But the other thing in the news is Total War news.
Yes.
Total War has had their last free DLC, as far as I can tell, just released on February 28th. Which it makes Bretonia, the French bastards with the cavalry that I hate with a passion, playable.
Nice.
Yeah. Bretonia, as I've told you before, they're like the medieval French people.
Yeah. So it's the For Honor DLC.
Funny. Anyway.
I have my moments.
Yeah, few and far between. But it pretty much only just makes them playable. They've, I think they have an upgraded unit roster, from what I hear. And then, along with this announcement, there was also... Hold on a second, I can't read my fucking writing, which is kind of pathetic.
You can't hear your writing.
That... Oh, fuck are you?
He's so mad at me. He proved to me something I said on a podcast one time.
When he was giving me shit about my computer, he said I was handing him something to read, and he said, I can't hear your writing.
Yeah, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
How about that hockey ball incident?
Oh, you mean where you said hockey ball? We all know it.
And the last podcast, and I didn't.
You know you did.
And you're like, I will replay this back. And I'm like, I can replay this back.
He
So
edited it out.
Oh, I'm sure.
See, he even
and
freely
perfectly seamlessly added in the fact that I didn't say hockey ball.
You said I fucking hate you. Anyway, it was also announced that there will be, in fact, a Total War Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 3 in the future. And that Warhammer 2 has been in development for some time.
Oh, good. It's almost done.
I assume by some time it's going to be within the next year that it's going to be out. Because they take a long fucking time to make. But yeah.
I'm still open for Warhammer 40k. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, the way that the guy says it in the quote, I think it was Rob Bartholomew, the brand director. He said that they're going to be taking... what was the quote? This is my research for you.
It happens.
He says they're going to be taking Warhammer 2 into a different era than they haven't been they haven't been in before. So that might mean Warhammer 40k, which would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, it would.
Or
Total War's never done anything space related, eh?
True Canadian, eh? And no, not that I know of.
Not that I know of either. So
It's mostly been like ancient warriors, like that kind of shit.
yeah, but now as soon as they signed up for the Warhammer game, I was like, ooh, that's potential for Warhammer 40k because that's a beautiful thing. That'll be great. I love the shit out of that.
If they do something like Warhammer 40k, I'm just not sure how the hell they'll do it because it's an interplanetary.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the galaxy colonized, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck do they do that? Like, do they have each map or each planet be one map or whatever, or like
Probably,
a battle?
yeah.
Huh.
That's what I would imagine, or a few on certain maps. Maybe they'll follow a storyline from one of the books,
Maybe. I was also
or from one of the codexes. I don't know.
Maybe even they're not covering they're going to be covering a different era. That it also could mean Warhammer, just like regular Warhammer, but the end times, where shit gets real and everybody dies, which would be also entertaining. Because in this Warhammer that came out last year, they didn't actually put in the Tomb Kings or the Skaven, which is the rat people, which are huge. Their civilizations rival any other civilization. Yeah. Like the Skaven, they're hidden, but they're still there. Yeah. And the Tomb Kings, they're there, but everybody dies that goes into the deserts. Or
that goes into the desert.
They're ancient Egyptian shit. They're mummies. They're not like vampires where they control the dead. They actually have the dexterity to actually do shit. They actually have a soul in the skeletons. They have ancient warriors controlling them. Not like mind control of vampire counts.
Like undead and stuff?
Yeah. So they're still dead. But
not dead.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Fuck off. It's hard to explain.
I know it's hard to explain. It's stuff that you have to really get into the lore about and stuff like that. But some people just won't like it, right? Yeah. I think it'll be good. I'll probably still play. I'll play Warhammer 40k for sure.
Speaking of which, you bought Warhammer, like Total War Warhammer,
for $4.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Have you played it?
What?
I hate you.
I don't have the time to sit down and play a Total War game, sadly enough.
And you're going to have time to sit down and play 7 Days to Die?
Yeah. I mean in my spare time. I got Hearthstone to play in my spare time.
Fuck.
I'm just going to bug him with this the entire time. Moving on from expansion news. The biggest release this week comes out of Nintendo. Maybe because I think they probably paid everyone else off to stay out of this week. The Switch, the Nintendo Switch, the long-awaited new Nintendo console, comes out this week. I can tell we're both excited.
Absolutely.
PC Master Race. Sorry, what? The Nintendo Switch looks interesting. I got nothing else to say about it. If I ever wanted a handheld console to then turn into a actual console, I would want it, but I don't.
Honestly, I don't think there's a market for it. I have no idea. When does it release?
Well, it released March 3rd. So in 2 days from this podcast.
I don't think it'll
It'll
do very
release
well.
on the day we put this out.
It'll pull another Wii U, where it will, Wii U is.
Well, they've marketed, they improved on last year, or last time, which is the Wii U. They, not only did they not change the title enough, they didn't market to the Western world enough, and they just expected people to know. Parents, I'm not going to say they're ignorant, they don't care about what games their kids play. Clearly evident. There's lots of kids that get to play Call of Duty and all these other games.
I was playing GTA 3 when I was like 11.
And me too, right? Like, that's the exact same thing. Not saying the parents are bad. They know their kid can play. They're going to get it some way or another, as long as they're not out actually killing people. I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
The problem is the parents end up having to buy the games, which is a problem because I used to work in a game store, and the parent would always say, like, what's the best game? And then you're like, oh, well, this is the best game. This is the game that came out a couple days ago. It's Call of Duty or something like that. Mm-hmm. They'd be like, should my kid be playing that? I'm like, well, to be fair, that's your opinion. I can't help you with that. How old is your kid? She's like, oh, he's 12 years old. I'm like, no, he shouldn't play that. I would say that. I would feel like the concerned citizen, but I don't want to play with a 12-year-old kid in Call of Duty. But I remember this one time, she came to buy Grand Theft Auto for her son-in-law or something, and she said, oh, this is for 18-year-old, like it adult, right? It says, like, what's the rating? Mature. There it is, mature.
That's a word.
17 plus, and she's like, oh, he shouldn't be playing this. And I showed her what it says on the back, and it's like, everything GTA, right? Drugs, violence,
murder,
sexual,
prostitutes,
everything, right? She's like, I don't want him to play this. What's an equivalent game? You know what she left the store with? Farming Simulator. I'm not even joking. This was like years ago. I love it. I was so happy.
That kid must fucking hate you.
I know, right?
You ruined someone's fucking day.
Hey, Farming Simulator is a great game. It teaches some kids some good values, which is funny because we're on the Nintendo Switch. One of the releases for the Nintendo Switch that will be coming up is Farming Simulator.
Really?
2018 when it comes out.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, let's play that on the go in the bus where people can watch me farm my farm. It's like virtualized Farmville. Right?
Is your brother going to be getting that?
My brother will be getting every Farming Simulator till the end of time. So,
weird.
Regardless, the Nintendo Switch will be coming out. Did you buy a Wii or a Wii U?
No.
No? Did you know the Wii U had come out?
After the fact.
After the fact?
I didn't know that it was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like Wii's.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't like the Wii.
Well, the controls is just like this little stick or whatever where you have the thumbstick on and whatever.
I have used that less in my life than I have my punching bag, which is pretty funny if you look at it.
Yeah, it looks brand new. How long have you had that thing?
It doesn't look brand new.
It looks
brand new.
Yeah.
I've had it half a year now. Listen, I don't need to get in shape. Look at me. I'm a fucking...
Toothpick.
I am a goddess.
A goddess? Yes, you are. You fucking said it.
I admit it. I am a goddess. People should adorn to be like me. No. I don't see the need for such a gimmick. They keep going for gimmicks because they were first to the party with virtual reality. With motion controls, they were like, yeah, we have to keep capitalizing on releasing before Microsoft and Sony, right?
You get me sick, I'll murder you.
Jesus. That's how your microphone falls off, by the way.
Fuck you.
Just like to point that out. I don't feel like they're trying to target people with a special gimmick, right? Like in this play, it's like, oh yeah, you can take Mario Kart and play outside with your other friends, and they can each have a little controller. Yeah, all right. But the internet's invented, so I know the internet isn't perfect, especially on the Nintendo network. God, is it terrible? I tried playing Mario Kart a few times. Horrendous. Tried playing Super Smash Brothers. Horrendous. If you're not laggy, you're not connecting. If you have a good game, you're only getting one good game. It's ridiculous. So maybe that's why they did it better. Maybe that's their whole point. And I've been to Japan, but I don't know enough about it to say, oh, well, there's so many people in Japan that are just like, let's play this on the subway with this person. Because I know the mobile market over there is huge. And there's a lot of mobile games that you can play against people in your vicinity. So it's like, who the fuck just attacked my village and you're eyeballing people on the subway? And it's the homeless guy sitting on the floor right next to you. You don't even know. That's the thing, right? I don't know.
A likely story.
But here I think it's going to tank. Like the Wii U did. No offense. People still, to this day, I swear, do not understand the difference between the Wii U and the Wii. It's like, it's a whole new console. Like, oh, so it's a handheld console. No. That's a gamepad that you play with the console. I don't understand. You play this with the console. I don't know. It's a controller for the oh, it's a controller. Yes. God damn it. But technically, someone else could change the channel on the TV, and you could put it into tablet view and still play the game on the tablet. I think for most games. I want to say all the games, but I'm not 100% on that. But that was one of the things I liked, is because we only had the one TV, mostly, and because all the entertainment is hooked up to it. I could play, like, Wind Waker, because Wind Waker's awesome. I could play Wind Waker, and Christine could watch TV or whatever. So it was kind of cool. We did it a few times, but looking at a small screen that much, I might as well play my goddamn DS, which is an XL, which is about the same size, if not better. And it has Pokemon games. Regardless, I'll let you talk. You can give your opinion on the Nintendo Wii.
Well, Nintendo Wii, whatever the fuck that is, I didn't know it existed, pretty much.
The Wii U, yeah.
I was going to chime in on Pokemon, which, Nintendo, this is a message personally for you. What the fuck is with Pokemon Go? You failed miserably.
They didn't fail for the first little bit.
No.
I think they raised hype by not releasing it, but releasing this huge like teaser, and then everyone jumped on the bandwagon. It was like, I like Pokemon.
Well, no, not just that. Like, why not make it like an actual fucking Pokemon game where you, like, you can run into random Pokemon. Like, if you walk around or whatever, random Pokemon just like appear next to you, and you can like battle them, whatever. You can still has the fucking walking feature where you can walk to find Pokemon. If a Pokemon's been sighted over here or over there, you can still walk and go find it. But why the fuck didn't they introduce actual battles like in the Pokemon games?
I don't know.
Like, you got 4 moves, you can upgrade the moves, you got power points or
PP points?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Where you do special moves, you have to go to a specific area to like a Pokemon Center area where you can like recharge, heal your Pokemon.
The biggest feature about Pokemon, like the main element of Pokemon, is battling.
Yes,
you can't do that.
It is stupid.
You can do gym battles.
Oh,
I know, right? Few and far between here. Let's just say that. No, I downloaded it and I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. And then I realized I had to leave my house.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that, so I stopped.
The sun burns his skin.
The sun burns my skin if I'm even awake when the sun is out. So
he's a vampire.
Practically, even though I have the window open right now. Hey, look at that. I'm not burning to death, so I'm not. We got off subject.
Wait a few seconds.
There will be
gasoline.
There will be a Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch. What that means, I don't know. Pokemon Stadium 3.
Isn't that the picture one?
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, that's
Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap 2. Why they didn't release a Pokemon? Okay, this is my little rant.
Okay, let's go. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna lay back.
Don't lay back. You crush everything.
Fuck off.
The Pokemon Universe games are all good. I will say this. Even Pokemon Tournament was pretty entertaining. Pokemon Snap is by far my favorite Pokemon game. More so than Pokemon Pinball, and I played so much of that while in class. I used to play it on the Game Boy.
Nerd.
Yeah. No. Flat out, Pokemon Snap was... I don't know why. It brought out something inside of me that's just like... I'm not a photographer by any means, but you have to strive for it. And this was back when the internet wasn't so out there, I guess. Like, there wasn't a game site every fucking 3 seconds. There isn't a gaming podcast every 2 bars down on
I don't
iTunes.
even think podcasts were a thing back then.
I'm sure they were. They're just not as prevalent as they are now. Let's just say that. Regardless, I remember getting, like, Nintendo Power, the magazine, and I was just like, oh, and it had this huge Pokemon Snap thing, and I was like, I have to know all this, because they had, like, secrets that people had to find
I
and
need
stuff.
you to buy me something.
Yeah. I think that's exactly how it went. Mummy.
Yeah, you turned English for a second.
I turned English. Yeah. Oh, I need you to buy this for me, please. And also bagged milk. What the fuck is bagged milk about?
Please,
We have
I'd like
bagged
some
milk.
more.
I can't believe we have bagged milk here. Ugh.
You're weird. Anyway, continue.
Regardless, no, it was just one of those games. Like, did you play Pokemon Snap? Oh, you never had an N64.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a game to
What
play.
the fuck was that? You trying to charge a super move?
Oh.
He's okay. You can't see it, but he did like this Kamehameha fucking thing right there, and then he tried to like read my mind or whatever the fuck that was.
I launched it at you right into your cerebral cortex. Just. I watched. Well, we'll talk about that later. About a movie I watched, Doctor Strange. Later, don't worry about that.
Don't spoil that shit. I'm stealing that movie from him as soon as the podcast ends.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I will lend it to him. Regardless,
stealing.
lending,
Stealing.
still lending.
Still
Hearthstone.
lending?
Hearthstone. The Pokemon Snap. I don't know what it was. Cause do you know what it is?
Yeah, it was like you go around on a track or whatever, and you like take pictures.
Like, you move your character around, but you can like throw items and make them move. They were 3D characters that moved, and like to summon like a Magikarp out of water, you'd have to throw like 6 apples in it, and to lure Pikachu closer to get a good clean shot, you had to give it an apple. And if you lured the Pikachu to like a surfboard, he'd jump on the surfboard. You take a picture. It's like, oh, surfing Pikachu! Wow. I know it doesn't sound as entertaining, but there was a lot of...
We were kids, and we didn't have anything better.
Exactly. But there was so many like little hidden things you could do in the game. Like, you had to throw enough apples in the water to make a Dragonair into a Dragonite. And it would come out of a vortex, like a whirlpool, and it's like... whoosh, and you're like... And you would have to do the same level multiple times to get it, because while you're looking over here, there's 3 Gravelers over here. And you're like, oh shit, now I gotta do the level again and go back this way. And then there's like secret entrances to places. And then, of course, the end, it's like a boss battle. You have to catch pictures of Mew.
It's a boss battle.
Basically. Well, the thing is, Mew has like a shield that makes him take a picturable. I don't know what the word of that. That's not a word.
Picturable.
Oh my god. English. Unphotogenic. I don't
There
know.
we go.
Even that's not the right word, I don't think. Regardless, you couldn't take a picture. And those who played this know what I'm talking about. And you're like, yeah, not Rainbow Road, but you
There's
went
fucking Mario going on this fucking go-kart.
You went
You
in-
see Mew up in the corner.
Mew, new DLC for Mario Kart 8. You went into space to take pictures. And there's like all these constellations you could take pictures of. It was crazy, man. It was cray.
Space.
Yeah. You get like the Poke Flute, and like Snorlax gets up and dances and shit. That was awesome. Love that game. Anyway, that was my rant. And this is how
I'm
far
judging you.
This is how far Nintendo has fallen. So Nintendo, I'm telling you now, if there's no new Pokemon Snap game for the Nintendo Switch, you are losing out on an opportunity of a lifetime, my friend. This is nostalgia. At this point right now, people at this age that will buy the Nintendo Switch will play Pokemon Snap. I'm telling you. It's a good game. Everyone should play. There should be a number 2. Okay, I'm done. I'm done ranting. Will you get the Nintendo Switch?
Fuck no.
No?
PC Master Race.
The clap was necessary.
Absolutely.
Clap like
I wanted to do something else,
You clapped like a butler was going to come serve you a hot towel.
I was going to do something over there, but I don't see Kyle. He lives far away. Over there.
Don't be racist.
I couldn't resist.
Bleep!
Bleep that motherfucker.
No, he didn't even say anything.
Say anything. I didn't do anything, dipshit.
Say or do. Both are options.
I hate you. All right, what's next?
What's next? I will. We should have like a dramatic voice in between. No. You didn't ask me if I want the Nintendo Switch.
Do you want the Nintendo?
Fuck no, PC Master Race.
I didn't even. Fuck you. I didn't even get through it.
I didn't even. I haven't played half the games I bought for my Xbox One. I don't even know if I'm gonna get any next consoles. I think I might forego it and just go full PC now. The only reason I got the Xbox One was because it was also a Blu-ray player, and my Blu-ray player was broken, which was my PlayStation 3. If that makes any sense to anybody.
Yeah.
No.
I just don't have an urge to play it or anything.
I'll have the urge to try it, and there's a whole bunch of games. Like, I have a list of games here. This is why I didn't want to move on yet. Games that are coming out, and of course, the new Legend of Zelda. That's the biggest release for it. Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I heard it's more like Shadow of the Colossus. Have you played that? How do you even survive in today's world? I don't even know. Shadow of Colossus was an amazing game.
Dude, I've never, ever played a Zelda game.
I've never been so in disbelief at this current moment.
You've
never played a Zelda game.
Or a Final Fantasy game. Where I grew up...
take a brief intermission where I kick Colton's ass.
You can try, motherfucker. Where I grew up, we were literally 10 years behind everybody else in technology, movies, or wherever. So it sucked, but I didn't know pretty much any gaming games until 2001.
A true gamer would have coded his own game.
Motherfucker, I didn't have a PC. Asshole.
With ants. You would have trained ants with sugar to code into a game. I don't know. You never played the ants game? On like the old Mac computers? Windows computers. Old Windows computers.
My only fucking...
I gotta stop saying, have you ever played these old games?
Yes, you have.
Didn't play shit.
Until 2001, when I got a PlayStation 1, I didn't fucking have anything. My only experience with computers until then was Number Crunchers, or Number Munchers, and Oregon Trail.
Both great games, by the way.
Yes, exactly.
Great games. It just blew your mind. You're like, Oregon Trail? Games are amazing. I must play Total War. Is that your jump? Because I've seen your PC setup, and I think your PlayStation 2 could do better. Dig that back up, turn that into a PC.
PlayStation 1, dickbag, and fuck you.
You never had a PlayStation 2?
No. And until...
I don't think we can do this podcast anymore. I'm calling it here. Death of the PDP, episode 4. It's over. He said he's never played a Zelda game, and I think at this point we have to get him every Zelda game ever made and make him play it.
No.
You have to play Ocarina of Time. Or Majora's Mask.
How about now?
Link's Awakening. I have a DS game. You have a DS, right?
No.
Nikki has a DS.
She does?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you know that she has a DS?
She has the exact polar opposite of mine. I have the red XL Volta, however you pronounce this stupid name, from Pokemon. She has the blue Xarnius, or however you fucking pronounce that bullshit. The blue one. I know because I see now. I was like, you son of a bitch. She had the blue one, I had the red one. And I was like, it's red team, blue team, right? Red versus blue? Yeah, whatever. How do we discuss games? We're going to have to switch the discussion to something else. Like,
fuck you. I know modern games. Speaking of modern games.
Modern games.
Are you done? Because I'm going to change the topic. Do you even know what the hell topic we were on?
Yeah, Nintendo Switch. Legend of Zelda is coming out for it. Also, 1-2 Switch, which is like a little curve-based party game. You play with 1 to 4 people, right? So you can all have a controller, have fun. You can take it out with you to parties and shit, I guess.
As if you'd ever go to one of those.
Especially if you have the Nintendo Switch. You show up with that, and people are like, get the fuck out. Even if they do welcome you in and say, let's play the Nintendo Switch. Oh, sorry, guys. Battery's almost dead. Gotta take it home. No, other notable games that are coming out. Skyrim Farming Simulator 2018. New Pokemon
Skyrim
game.
Farming Simulator?
I'm rapid firing off names, dumbass.
I just want a Skyrim Farming Simulator now. That'd be amazing.
I'm sure there's a mod somewhere. Don't joke about that.
If there isn't a mod out there, there soon will be.
Someone needs to get on that, yeah. There's a new Pokemon game, Minecraft Switch Edition. I don't know what that'll entail, but I guess you have 2 hands now, so that's kind of cool.
Speaking of Minecraft,
I'm not done.
You are done.
Stardew Valley and Splatoon 2. You never played Splatoon 1, did you?
That's the one where you fire all the jizz around, right?
Well, it's a kid game, so... No.
So yes.
So no. It's paint. You may now switch the topic from the Nintendo Switch, one of the biggest releases in the next couple of years. Go ahead.
Minecraft.
Oh yeah, that's more important. Sorry.
It literally is asswipe. Anyway, it is officially sold 122 million copies.
Is that video game copies?
Mm-hmm.
Or does that mean it counts?
Because
on PC it's just a download for free, but then
Yeah. It costs money.
No, the download is free. You can download the entire client for free and play on someone else's account. If you buy an account, you get your own account to play. As long as you play offline, you can still play other people's accounts. Which is complete bullshit, but you have to have their password. Because you can sign into a game and then it says play online or play offline, that little button. You can play offline, but you can only play single player, right? Basically like Xbox Gold. You can play single player, but you have to purchase your own thing. But Minecraft, you purchase permanently. Whereas Gold, you pay fucking monthly or yearly, whatever you have your subscription set up to. But you can play offline. That way, I used to play my friend's account in offline mode because I didn't want to buy it because I was a cheap ass and it's Minecraft. But then I obviously eventually bought my own because we wanted to play on our own server and everything and tech it. And there's a long history of sadness and despair on Minecraft that I don't want to discuss.
Usually his life. Anyway.
Yeah. But does that bring up the... Because I'm sure it's been downloaded way more than that. Right? But as for actual game copies, that makes sense. Because it sold really well on the Xbox One. Obviously, it sold really well on the PC, if it's counting accounts. And obviously, it sold very well on PlayStation 4, Wii, everything, right? Even mobile, right? I think it's on mobile.
Yeah, it costs like $6 or whatever on iPhone.
Yeah, that's not bad. But I know just kids play the crap out of that. And especially with every kid now having a tablet or a smartphone. And they're just like, oh, I can play Minecraft on my smartphone? No, the smartphone is for phoning. I'm becoming an old man already. Are you at that point yet?
Yes, you are an old man.
Shut up. You can tell from the receding hairline. Have you got to that point yet?
Where
okay, explain.
Yeah,
where you're looking at kids and you're like, you son of a... Like, oh, he's got a story. Go on.
I have multiple stories. Mm-hmm. One story was when I turned into my father.
That'll happen.
So, I I moved out of my parents' place and my sister's place, so she took care of all the heating and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And then I moved out with Nikki into our own place. So, I had to pay with the heating and all that shit. So, she was getting hot or whatever. So, instead of turning down the heat, she wanted to open up the windows. And I literally said the words, well, I'm not paying to heat the outside. I turned into my father, and then I had to pause for a second, and I said, fuck it, open up all the windows. I don't give a shit. Let's do this. And I just had to, I had to take it back.
Clean your system out?
Yeah.
It's like detoxing.
And then I called, there was a huge snow a few months ago, and then...
huge snow, just one huge snow fell on us.
Yes, one snowflake. Anyway, the neighbor's kids started to play in our yard, our front yard, and I literally looked out the window and I was like, those little shits, get off my lawn. So, I'm more of an old man than you.
Oh no. I turned old man. It was a kid's birthday next door.
And what the fuck did you do?
It was the little girl.
Did you call the cops on them? Were they being rowdy?
I was this close to calling the cops because they were rowdy. I was this close to buying a rocking fucking chair to sit outside. Because these kids were running around outside. Of course, where the studio and the office and where my computer is right by the window, which is literally eye level with the ground. as you might know in the pictures, whatever. They were running around on the lawn in the snow, to be fair, playing with silly string. And there was two sides of me split in half. One was like, "Fuck yeah, I want to play with silly string and run out there and throw kids around." And then of course,
throw kids around. Jesus.
Yeah. You've ever seen like laser tag and shit, and you're like hitting people out of the way and like killing people? You never played laser tag?
I've played laser tag. I just don't imagine you doing that shit. I imagine you getting your ass handed.
I get competitive, my friend.
Competitive.
And then the pedophile thing kicks in, where it's just like, oh yeah, you can't play with kids anymore. Because as soon as you're a guy and you're over a certain age and you play with kids in any aspect, unless it's your kid, you're going to get labeled something. Whatever. And then one side of me is just like, get the fuck off my lawn, you little bastard. You are not supposed to be there. Who do you think you are?
Speaking of being old.
Oh, God. We're so old. No, I'm just kidding.
There is a coworker that we have that kind of surprised me.
Dusty?
No. It's one of the 4 to 11 team. One of the older ones, not the short one, the tall one.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, she comes up to me, and in the most old person voice ever, she comes up to me and is like, "My granddaughter says that, is party like a pineapple now a thing?" Apparently, that's a thing now, and I do not understand that.
Party like a pineapple?
Yes, explain that.
The fuck do you think I know what that means?
You're an old bastard.
Explain it's because I dabbed last week.
Absolutely.
I may have dabbed last week as a joke because I actually know what it is. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so hip. And now apparently I'm cool.
No, you're fine.
I've worked my way into the inner findings of the children.
Speaking of pedophiles.
Damn it.
You walked right into that one. And then...
No, she's the same one who asked me what the fuck a Teletubby is.
Oh, yeah.
She came up and she's like, my grandson's really into Poe or something. And I'm like, what? Because there's many Poes. There's like the Kung Fu Panda, and he's very young. I didn't even think of Teletubbies. She's like, what the fuck is a Teletubby? And I'm like, oh! Poe, he's the red one! I was like, I know that. I didn't watch Teletubbies.
You're weird.
No, I used to babysit kids, and they... Like young kids, obviously. And
speaking of pedophiles,
no, the one thing you put on is kids shows. So like Teletubbies and all that shit.
There's another thing I wanted to bring up. When I listen to the podcast just to, our podcast, just to know what we talked about, just to go over it, make sure there isn't any fuck ups, which there's plenty of on his side.
Of course.
But there was a question that I forgot to ask last week, and I was kind of fucking depressed that I didn't ask it. Last week, you said you were in a religion class.
Mm-hmm.
Please go into detail what happens if you fail that class.
Nothing. You have to retake the online course. Why?
This isn't as funny as I thought I was going to be.
Yeah, I know. Why?
You disappoint me. You disappoint me greatly.
He expected some great grand gesture of God to come down.
Yes. I expected you to come up with some bullshit
my
story.
Religion class. No, that's just it. Like I said, I slept through most of it. It was mostly movies about, like, heartwarming, feel-good movies to make you have faith in God, I guess. Even though we watched movies like John Q. You ever watch John Q? It's about how failing the medical system is in America. Let's just say that. It's got Denzel Washington in it. His son needs a heart transplant. Or heart. Let's go with heart. It's heart. And he can't get any help. He's broke. He got laid off. He can't find a job and everything like that. His son's just the greatest kid ever, wants to play baseball and all this stuff. So he gets fed up. And he takes a hospital hostage, a small little hospital, and he said he wants a heart. He of course, he goes in there with a gun, but he's like the nicest guy ever, right? So people are freaked out because he holds hostages, air quotes. But he's like a nice guy, and he's like, yeah, you go do this, or you go do that. And he's like talking to him and explaining his circumstances and everything. And everyone starts feeling for the guy, right? They don't want to leave and everything like that, and they feel bad for him. So he ends up like no spoilers or anything. Well, I guess it's a fucking old movie. I'm
Yeah, I was
spoil
gonna
the shit
say,
out of it.
how old is this fucking movie?
Old.
So spoil it. Go for it.
I have seen it many times. I recommend everyone see it because it's a great movie. He doesn't kill anybody. The gun, I don't even think has bullets. That's the whole point, right? And he's of an understanding of like there's the people that are in there. Some of them are some crazy people. Then there's like the pregnant couple and all this. They're the stereotype, right? But he ends up letting them all go, and he was going to give his heart to his kid because they have the same blood type and everything, blah, blah, blah. And then a donor comes through. So the donor gives him the heart, everything, and then he basically gives up, right? At that point. He gives up. He goes to court, obviously, and gets put in jail. But of course, everyone at the hospital testified on his behalf to not send him to jail, right? Because what the fuck kind of system does that to people, right? Like, if it ever gets to that point, that's probably a sign you should look at your medical system, right? And there's been times this has happened before, where people have brought guns into emergency rooms to get treatments and stuff like that. I was watching a few movies. The biggest movie that was released yesterday, being that it was Tuesday, we're recording this on the Wednesday, Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen it, but you're going to take it and borrow it. I won't spoil it. Do you have thoughts on why you want to see it?
Because it's a Marvel Universe movie, and I am very excited to see that.
Yeah. Are you?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
But I've wanted to see it. I just didn't have a chance to go see it at like in the movie theater. Because one, I don't like going to movie theaters because you get booted out of your fucking seats 5 minutes before the fucking.
Well, you were
Fuck!
You were in their seats.
Fuck you.
They should come sooner and sit in their seats then.
Yeah, little shits. It was 5 minutes before.
I also did not see it in theaters before you go on a fucking string of tangent rants about Cineplex and people showing up late to their movies. Do you want to see Doctor Strange?
Yes.
Obviously you do because you're going to take it.
Could have said something there. Didn't.
I'm very glad you didn't. We talked about this.
I'm burning on the inside now.
I have here written down all the end scenes from Doctor Strange, but I won't tell you because you're a spoil sport. Are you going? Don't read anything on my page.
You can't read your handwriting anyway.
It's not handwriting. It's
Or whatever.
perfectly fine. I liked it. I'd say 4 out of 5. Doctor Strange's.
Compared to the other Marvel Universe movies?
Yeah. Oh, compare it to?
Like, what other movies would be on par with that? Because this is, I think Doctor Strange is the beginning of phase 3.
Yeah.
So with stage 1 and stage 2, what would be on the par?
The first Captain America, Captain America. All the Captain America movies were good. Like, number 2 was actually a pretty good step up from number 1.
That's Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier, yeah. It was really good. The action scenes were really well done. And the actual connection between the first and the second, how they were so dramatically different because number 1, of course, was back in his time, and then this one was modern, so it was really cool to see a different take. It was basically a different movie. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the next one, Civil War. Amazing, right? Of course, it had all the big-name superheroes, and then they introduced Spider-Man, and they all fight each other. Amazing, of course.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely competes with them. What would be the best Marvel movie to date for phases? Guardians of the Galaxy.
Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy,
Can we finish one topic first, please?
Never.
Doctor Strange, I don't think is as good as Guardians of the Galaxy. I love that one the most. That was by far my favorite. To the point where I've seen it in theaters twice. Almost 3 times. So I canceled the 3rd time because I actually went to work. Yeah, don't worry about it. Regardless, Guardians of the Galaxy by far the best. Can you think of any other ones that would even be close?
I liked Thor: The Dark World
That was good.
I put that on par with Winter Soldier
Mm-hmm.
because it's the second in the series.
There's
Of, that specific superhero movie.
Yeah.
Like franchise.
I would say Thor 2, then Thor 1, because Thor 1 didn't have that big, awesome fight, right? It was kind of lame.
Who was the bad guy in Thor 1?
When Loki takes control and sends the big monolith guy. What's the fuck's that thing? The thing that shoots lasers out of its face. Bah.
What the fuck was that?
You ever see Thor 1?
Yeah, I just don't remember that.
That's the end of the movie.
I don't remember it. It's been a while.
I do believe that's the end.
I don't know. But
He has to blow up the Bifrost, right?
yes. I remember that.
But that's to stop Loki and them, right? Or the Frost to entering or some shit like that. God, I haven't seen that movie in forever. We should watch that. Regardless, I'm not a specialist in the field.
But he is special.
But I am special. No, they're very good. Trying to think of any other ones that would be on par. Iron Man's were good. Iron Man 2, not the best, obviously.
I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it. Again, Iron Man 3 also didn't mind it. Iron Man 1, of course, was probably the better one.
I liked 3 just for the Mandarin.
Yeah. You like the Mandarin?
Mm-hmm. Apparently, there was a teaser or whatever at the end of it, or it was like an extra cut or a deleted scene or whatever, where, like, what the fuck's that guy's name? The Mandarin? Like the old guy?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
I don't know.
You suck. But, fuck, I can't remember his name. It's the old guy that was the face of the Mandarin.
Yeah.
He apparently goes to jail after that because he's a terrorist or whatever. And then the actual Mandarin terrorist comes out and is actually pissed at him for using his name. Apparently that was the thing.
Huh.
So that might be leading into something else.
Maybe. I'm excited for the new Thor movie. There's two
Ragnarok.
There'll be 2 new movies coming out this year from Marvel. Thor 3, Ragnarok. And what was the other one?
Guardians 2.
No. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry, 3. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, of course, is the most excited. Thor, Ragnarok, and Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, I can't wait to see.
I can't wait. It's been rebooted twice, so we'll see if the third one works.
Third time's the charm. You know what to say.
Third time is the charm. I didn't mind the first series with Tobey Maguire. It wasn't bad.
Third one killed it.
Third one definitely killed it. Oh, fucking drove a knife right through its heart. But
And twisted.
yes, but at the same time, the reboot, although had good intentions, should not have been with Sony. That was just Sony Pictures, no offense, not the best.
Going back to movies, have you seen the trailer that was released, I think, yesterday of Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
There's a new trailer out?
Oh, yeah.
I have not seen that. Those watching that haven't seen it, also go see it.
So, unfortunately, there were some technical difficulties. Batteries ran out right in the middle of a story that we were talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 2, the trailer that was released earlier yesterday.
Which is very convenient because we had enough time to watch it.
Yes. So, give us your opinions on it.
I'm excited. Even more excited than I was before because Baby Groot is eating
What looks to be M&Ms?
what looks to be M&Ms or some sort of chocolatey treat, and he is the cutest thing on earth. They asked him to put his seatbelt on, and there's many scenes in the trailer of him being cute, and it's just like the best thing in the world. So
I can't wait for the April 25th where it comes out.
that's when it comes out in theaters?
Apparently.
All right, I got to get my tickets now. No way. You serious?
Hold up.
It's that. Well, I guess it's that quick because they're doing interviews on TVs and stuff.
Well, I am skeptical now because it said Italy. So now I'm double checking.
All right, you double check that. I think, well, it's got to be getting close to that time. Is it?
May 5th, 2017.
May 5th? That's still not bad. Let's go to Italy. Just watch it early.
With all the podcast money we're making, we can totally afford that.
Please give us money. No. I'm excited, of course. I love, like I was just talking about, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is my favorite of all the Marvel movies by far. And I think it was a big upset because most people didn't expect it. They were just tying it in, and they did have high hopes on it, and for a good reason. It turned out really, really well.
Yeah.
Like, not just the fight and battle scenes, the meeting of them, and the fact that they're all, as much as you say a ragtag group of misfits, they really, really are.
When they first meet, they start
meet
beating the
in
shit
prison.
out of each other.
And they meet in prison, right? After that. So, it's like, they're literally that. It's not like Suicide Squad, where it's literally, yeah, that's a roll your eyes moment, eh? Not that the premise wasn't bad behind it, but just not the best, I guess. They put too much on that one, I think. Regardless, definitely by far my favorite. I loved it. Really good.
But moving on to something else, it's a shitty segue, but speaking of giving us money, we are looking into, we got a gift from a friend that was down in Mexico.
Yep.
We have our own notebooks.
Yeah, we'll have.
Fuck you.
We'll put pictures up in the link down of our nice, awesome, sweet, cool new books we got.
It's glossy. I love that it's glossy.
I'm glad you've written in it because you said you wouldn't, and then you did, and I still haven't because mine's pristine and beautiful, and I'm gonna get it.
You gave me unmitigated shit for not writing shit down. You son of a bitch.
I know. We had a meeting the other day, yesterday actually.
Yes.
And where we discussed some things. So Colton has done more homework recently.
Fuck you.
And he's written it down in his nice new notebook. And we also have shirts. I'll get those pictures up because those are awesome. We got a whole new setup to the studio, which I'll have to get pictures of that up too. We can actually start doing our video podcasts, which conveniently will come out next week. So join in for that. The audio will still be out as audio, but we might do some hand motions.
Motions?
Well, I said do shum. I noticed I said shum first, so I'm like, oh, now I have
it's like dosage.
Now I have to ham it up.
Prescribed dosage.
Dosage.
We don't do English well.
We don't. We really don't. Have you heard my English accent? Terrible.
I know. He's Puerto Rican.
I say T like 6 times. I'm not Puerto Rican.
You look it. I'm Puerto Rican, Jewish, Catholic.
None of those things describe me in any way. You might as well just say I'm tall and good looking. Like, fuck.
Yes. Those definitely don't fucking describe you.
Thanks, Mom.
Or description.
Mom's lying to me again. What were we talking about?
We were talking about giving us money.
No, we got the shirts. And we can start doing the podcast, the video podcast, which will be up next week. We'll have the video podcast. That's why you looked at me confusingly.
Do we wear the shirts for the video podcast to whore ourselves out?
I think for the first one, of course.
Okay.
Like, right?
Remind me, because I'll forget.
Ugh. Then you're walking back and getting it.
Fuck!
So yeah, you better not forget. I don't have to remind you shit. No, the big thing is join us for our first ever video podcast. Next week, you can see us actually talk from our mouths, unless you watch our videos, in which case, well, never mind then.
And you can watch me flip him or give him the finger, as per usual, whenever he pisses me off.
And instead of just silence, you can actually see our blank stares at each other. So that's going to be fun.
Blank stares of anger and discontent.
Yeah, and you'll see how awkward it is when we're both looking at the camera back at each other and like, and technical difficulties will be even better. I'll get rechargeable batteries tonight.
Yes. Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Even though I said we should pick them up like a month ago.
Nah.
Jackass.
No, you didn't.
I hate you.
It's fine.
But yes, the kind person that got us these things, she went down to Mexico.
She's awesome.
Yes. So
shout out.
Yes. Well, we have to do a shout out because she's holding us hostage.
She literally has the gun. No, just kidding.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it.
No.
But we talked about it a couple of podcasts ago, where she was nice enough to do a promotion on her Facebook page, which has like 50,000 people on it. So now she has told us either do a promotion on our shit or she will hurt us.
Yep.
So this is Mischief Managed. I stuck with Harry till the end. Go to them on Facebook. They're funny. Kind of heartbreaking, some of the posts that they put on, but most of them are pretty awesome.
Some people need heartbreaker. Sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes it's necessary. No, it's good. Definitely go check them out. What was the site again?
Well, it's a Facebook thing, and it's called Mischief Managed. I stuck with Harry till the end.
Yep. So if you're joining us and you're not coming from them, because we got a few visitors from them, definitely go see them. They're awesome.
Yeah, that's where Timon and Pumbaa came from.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Timon and Pumbaa is a Facebook person, but I was so excited because we actually got 1 like on Facebook, and I was like, oh my god, it's finally happening. And then the person that was responsible for getting us all this shit said, oh yeah, that's just my friend. I asked her to do it. And I was like, you just broke my heart. Just a teeny little bit.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Comes with time.
Yes.
Time is relative. Sorry. Doctor Strange, don't worry about it.
You're all strange.
So you will watch Doctor Strange today.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's enough of our rant on Marvel.
And Harry Potter.
We talked about Harry Potter?
Fuck you. Yeah.
Nope.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Well, because we had the talk yesterday, we also discussed some new shows and new projects and stuff we'll be working on. So look forward to a few of those. We won't name them off right now, but look for them on the site. Obviously, eventually at prescribeddosageentertainment.com. That is our main site. That is our website. That's where you'll find all of our content, be it linked to YouTube or Facebook or whatever. It'll all be there. Also, you can find us on Facebook and YouTube at Prescribed Dosage Entertainment as well, and Twitter at PD_podcast. We are under Prescribed Dosage Entertainment there as well, so you can find us anywhere. Please give us a like, follow, or subscribe.
What's your personal
greatly
Twitter?
Appreciate it. My personal Twitter is you can find me following it, but it's MAR_CIN_OW_SKI.
I didn't really care about that. I just wanted you to do that.
I know, because it's long and arduous, and it's my last name, and it's stupid, but I like it, and I'm not gonna fucking change it. And what's yours?
Bowler_PDE. All caps.
See, I should do something like that. I should make up another one.
Mm.
Oh, then I have 3. I don't want to be that guy.
You are that guy.
I am that.
You look like
I
that
am
guy.
that guy. I'm the guy who creates a Facebook account every day and just likes our stuff.
That's where all the traffic's coming from.
No. So you can definitely come visit us there. Do you have anything else to go out on?
Yeah.
Based on that, Jan, I would assume not.
I do.
Oh, God, he's got a story.
I do have a story. So I am going to bring up a picture, and you are going to describe it.
I will describe it, and I will also put it in the link dump.
So this is the picture.
Hold on.
Now, do your best to describe this picture.
Okay. I'm not a Star Wars guy, but that's a rebel fighter. Yes?
It is a scene from the Battle of Hoth and Empire Strikes Back, where they have those big 4-legged monstrosities walking towards the rebel shield generator, and then...
Well, during that scene, I think it's a rebel fighter. I don't know what it's actually called.
I think it's like a snow speeder or some shit like that.
Some shit like that. It's wrapping around its legs with a tow cable, and that's how they brought them down in the movie. The walker has a ball gag in its mouth and a little heart above its head, and it's funny.
So, this picture, before you do anything, just go look at the link dump so you actually know what I'm talking about. I was giggling to myself when I saw it. So, my manager, or both my managers at my job, asked me what I was laughing at. So I showed them the picture. They didn't know what the hell was going on. So to both my immediate managers, I had to explain what a ball gag was. Do you know how fucking awkward that was?
I'm surprised they didn't know.
Yeah.
It's people like that are into some kinky stuff.
If they ever fucking listen to us, I hope they... We're not talking about you. We all know it, but we're not talking about you. Anyway, so when the chick manager finally said, "Oh, it's a ball gag," she said that very loudly. And there was a few other coworkers that were, like, down the way a little bit, like, peeked their head around, and they were all old ladies. And I was just like, great, this is going to even spread even more rumors. This is awesome. I love this.
Gotta love it.
Well, I hate you.
Gotta love the stories.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
That's all you got this week? That's okay, because we've been running on pretty long, so I'm sure everyone listening's be like, they talked so long about Hearthstone.
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 Hearth, you fucker.
No, we had to do a second recording, remember?
Oh, right. I was just like,
we've only been going for 2 minutes? What? No. So visit us at those sites. Like us on your preferred media. We don't have merch available. If you are interested, send us an email. Drop us an email on the site. I can't imagine anybody wanting merch, but hey, we'll throw it out there. So, thank you for joining us for this week's podcast. See us next week for our video podcast. Please join us for that. It'll be up on YouTube on the following Friday.
Mm-hmm. This is Boulder, the Magnificent.
Still trying to get that to work. This is Squidface. And we will see you guys.
Douchebag.
No, that's not working. And we will see you next week.
Peace out.